For most people, moving out of home is a fairly straightforward prospect. But for those with disabilities, the transition to independence often stalls at the first hurdle. Over 1,000 South Australians are currently waiting for disability housing. But as Rebecca Bryce reports, a local organisation has come up with a novel way to help cut the demand.
Go shopping when I want and learn how to cook and clean
and peace
when I want.
They say there's no place like home, and that's especially true for Lauren PACKHAM, for whom home, for the past 12 months at least, has been this Edwardstown flat.
She just is much more confident in everything she does, like catching the bus to and from work. She does her own shopping, starting to learn how to cook and cleaning. She's doing a really good job.
But it wasn't simply a matter of moving out of Mum and Dad's place. The 25-year-old spent 2 years on a waiting list before finding her little piece of peace and quiet. And while 2 years is long enough, her mother says it's nothing compared to a former housemate.
The girl that moved in with her was waiting 10 years, so we thought we were very, very lucky.
Lauren PACKHAM secured her home with the help of Bedford, an organisation supporting people with disabilities. About 200 of its clients live independently in the community, but just as many are on Bedford's books, waiting for a place to call home.
To live lives just like everybody else, and people with disability just like you and I just want to live in the community and be free to do what they want to do, and Bedford's role is to make sure that we facilitate that.
Max DYASON says there are hundreds more people across South Australia on waiting lists with other organisations.
There might be a myth out there about people with disability, their reliability as employees, as residents, and I've got to say we support 3,500 people in South Australia, and we have 200 tenants, and I can't think of one who I'd want to evict.
Bedford's trying to address the shortage itself through a scheme it describes as the social landlord model. It says it's a first for disability housing in South Australia. Using its own money and some government funds, it built a house like this in Adelaide South and sold it to a private investor. But it's an investment property with a difference.
My wife has been troubling me for many, many years to get something, and I'm that kind of person that doesn't want to buy something big unless it's guaranteed for life just about.
The house is rented back to one of Bedford's clients under a 10-year lease agreement with a weekly rent of about $350. That's after a deduction of around $30, which goes to Bedford as the property manager.
I don't do nothing. I just, on the 26th of every month, I just go there, put my money in the bank, and that's it. I don't have to worry about it. No one rings me, no one hassles me about fixing anything. It's just all done.
Chris Kofopoulos says he was also influenced by the Make Good clause, a commitment to return the property to its original condition, aside from fair wear and tear. The model is similar to that used for defence housing, but Max DYASON says the Bedford model involves the added social benefit of helping a group of people all too often marginalised by society.
Our board looked at it and said, look, if we could do something where we bring private investors, social landlords, people with a conscience, into our housing program, we're not spending Bedford's valuable money. We're leveraging on our own funds and the funds the government's provided for people with disability. And this could be a program that continues forever.
If you want to buy something carefree and no hassles at all, you want to just go to work and go home and relax at the end of it, not hear about my globe is busted or my TV doesn't work or the antenna's fallen out, then this is a great opportunity to buy something and keep for your children or for yourself as a nest egg.
That's going to be really attractive to a number of mum and dad type investors who are looking for really safe feeling about purchasing an investment home. And more of us are looking for our retirement. We're looking for good, solid investments that we can get our hands on. And I think that 10-year lease is going to be something that's going to be very, very attractive.
Greg NYBO from the Real Estate Institute says on the face of it, the social landlord model is a great opportunity. But he cautions that no investment is without risk, and real estate generally needs to be held for at least 7 to 10 years for worthwhile returns.
Your own personal circumstances can change, and people do need to consider that, you know, if they're going to get involved with something that's got a head lease of 10 years, if they do need to sell the property, obviously that tenancy or that period is going to remain, and people need to make sure that the new purchaser is aware that that's going to remain there as well.
If it's successful, Bedford's pilot project will be extended to help others like Lauren PACKHAM gain independence from their parents and vice versa.
She has a twin brother who's shifted out into his own place, and so for Lauren to be independent just means that my husband and I can travel, we can do all those other things that we want to do, knowing that she's in good care.
The only problem is that now that she has her piece, she may not be willing to share it.
Sometimes go to bed early, like my own space.
Do you reckon one day you might have a dinner party and invite Mum over?
Maybe.
Rebecca Bryce reporting.